If you are not farming Ron right now, you could be missing out on one of the easiest 100x plays of your life. If you're an Axie Infinity player or scholar, you can do this with your SLP without even leaving your Ronin wallet. It's been a week since I've talked about Ron farming, and I have had time to think about it more and research more about its implications for the future. Today I'm sharing with you why I think Ron is going to be so much bigger than we initially thought. You better buckle up. Of course, not financial advice. Please make sure to do your own research when investing into cryptocurrency because it's a very volatile market. This is simply my belief and my speculations for the future of Ron. The opportunity I'm talking about is being able to farm tokens right now. Keyword right now, because Ron farming will only be possible up until February 2nd of 2022, 90 days after it started. We don't know yet how the rest of the lock supply will be released after those 90 days. Will there be more farming? We're not sure, but when Sky Mavis releases more info, we'll make a video on it. On with why I think Ron will be valuable and why so many figures in this space are also incredibly bullish on it. So cryptocurrency and its underlying technology called blockchain is an extremely complicated subject. It takes dozens of hours to fully grasp the concepts and the applications of those concepts. But when we talk about games, we can play games without necessarily having to understand the underlying technology. Whether it's built on blockchain or not, we're just having fun. But when it is built on blockchain and people have ownership of their assets and they can earn income, then it becomes a gateway for people to use the technology. What do I mean by that? Well, think about Axie Infinity. Think about how you or your friends have never touched anything related to blockchain, or maybe have never even heard of blockchain before Axie Infinity. But after Axie Infinity, you're now all using a centralized exchange like Binance. You're now trading cryptocurrency. You're using a decentralized platform to swap cryptocurrencies. You're staking. You're trading NFTs on the marketplace. You might even be looking at the Block Explorer to check if your transaction went through, which is amazing. That is a complete immersion. You are now an active user of this technology because of a game. Let's look at the data. Axie Infinity is what is called a decentralized app, or a DApp, or DApp. I don't really know what's the consensus on how to pronounce it. We'll call it DApp because it's faster. So a DApp is essentially an app that is built on a decentralized network like Ethereum. Much like the App Store, there can be different types of DApps other than games. On DApp Radar, sorting the DApps in terms of users in the last 30 days shows us that 18 of the top 50 are games. That's 36% games, and the rest are a mix of marketplaces, exchanges, decentralized finance, gambling, and collectibles. And we are still in the early days of the DApp market. Let's look at a market which is more mature and something you're all familiar with: the Apple App Store. Sorting by top apps on SimilarWeb, 32% of the top 50 are games. On Google Play Store, 34% of the top 50 are games. Whether you like it or not, games are a big part of people's everyday lives. You might think games are not that important, they're not that vital to society, but consumer behavior says otherwise. The plan for Ronin Network is that more games are going to be built on top of it, not just Axie Infinity. Your Axies will be used to play in different games in the Axie Infinity universe, such as the highly teased land gameplay and more. Games from other developers will also be hosted on the Ronin Network. This looks familiar. Steam is the most popular platform right now to not only find PC games, but also to sell PC games. Whether you're a gamer or a game developer, Steam is the place to be. And this did not happen by accident. Counter-Strike, or CS, is the most successful shooter game of all time, even before Steam came out. Now, to this day, it is the most played game on Steam. Now, Valve, the developers of CS, created the Steam platform and leveraged all of its player base into one place, and then opened up that place to other game developers, thereby creating a market where both gamers and game developers benefit from the network effects. Axie Infinity, the most successful game of all time, has its own Ronin network, which will host other NFT games from different developers. It's the Steam of NFT games. With all of that being said, as mass adoption happens for NFT games like it's happening right now in the Philippines, Axie Infinity and the Ronin Network are at the forefront of that. All of the player base and all of the transactions that will happen on the Ronin Network will need Ron for gas fees. More players, more games, more transactions equals more demand for Ron. And being the native token of the Ronin Network, it will secure the network and allow users to stake it, thereby ensuring a decentralized network. I recommend you look up Proof of Stake to understand why the native token is important to the network. So where do I see Ron in the future? I'm confident that within 3 to 5 years, we'll see Ron reach BNB levels of market cap. I say this because BNB shares a similar story to Ron. It is the native token of the Binance Smart Chain where dApps can be built on, and BNB is used as gas fees for all transactions. While the X factor for BNB is the trust that people have in the #1 centralized exchange, Binance, the same can be said about Ron and the #1 NFT game called Axie Infinity. I've held BNB since 2017 because back then I saw it as one of the easiest holds out of all of the hundreds of promising tokens out there. It is the main reason why today I'm able to not need a job and how I'm able to set up an Axie Infinity scholarship program, where as of today we have 90 scholars and still growing. Ron is looking like a repeat of that story, and I'm ready to do it all over again. So if you think that you need to get in on this and farm Ron right now, check my previous video. I have a tutorial on how to do everything. It's a super simple process, probably take you 3 minutes max to do the whole thing. And I also talk about the risks of farming Ron. I hope you found this video valuable, and if you have any questions, drop it in the comments. If you want to have discussions, join our community at discord.gg/xnull. I'll see you around.
What is this 1 HP? What is it? Okay, we'll take it. I hope we kill him. Please kill. Please kill. Hadouken! Shinku Hadouken! Yeah!